Stefania, for the crime of being racially insensitive, how do you plead? How do you plead?
What did I do?
I want the viewers and listeners to know that Stefania called me Electro before this podcast.
Because
she needs to be canceled.
Because
Jail.
You overdosed on sugar last Thursday
I don't know what you're talking
morning.
about.
Oh, the black man overdosed?
Oh,
wow.
Really?
Wow, Stefania. Jail.
You caused a power outage in your area because the amount of energy you were dispersing.
Oh,
another
the black man
guy
can't
with
afford
electrical
his
powers?
light bill?
Another black guy with electrical powers? You know what? Let's just start the show before Steph gets canceled some more. Just
You
start
already
the show.
canceled me. It's your fault.
Start the show.
Stefania is a racist.
We gotta clip that. Good news, everyone. Good news, everyone.
No, not good news.
We are back.
Not good news.
Fully charged. Welcome to Still Scrolling. I am your totally calm and not racist host, Justin.
I am also your very calm, serene, woke, not racist ally, Derek.
And I am your only female who gets attacked every time by men when she comes into this podcast. Stefania.
Wow. So you're going to play the gender card?
Yes, I will.
Interesting. We have so much to talk about because so much happened while I got deleted from this podcast for last week. We have so much to talk about. We're going to talk about Coachella. We're going to talk about the government again and everything that's happening at CinemaCon. I can't wait to discuss it. But are you guys sad that we didn't get invited to Coachella? We submitted the podcast for Coachella. And unfortunately, some older guy named Justin Bieber got the spot. It's fine. We'll do a live show eventually. But do you guys care about everything that happened at Coachella? Billie Eilish was there. She was on stage with Justin Bieber. All this other stuff happened. The influencer drama. Did you guys want to go to Coachella? Do people still care about Coachella? I'm very curious. Steph, what do you think?
I would only go to, we discussed this last week, Derek. I would only go to Coachella if I was invited. I got to stay in a big villa, not in a little camp where I could sleep in my own filth.
Interesting.
And I didn't have to pay for everything that I got, like drinks and food.
Okay, so you would take that Starbucks deal.
I don't know what Starbucks did. I do not follow Coachella like
he's
I used to.
He's saying you would get the you'd be one of the influencers that went out on like a brand deal to Coachella.
Sure if it's a brand that like I'm cool with.
Okay, all right. So if you guys didn't hear, a lot of people are mad at certain influencers because, like Steph said, there is kind of a not secret. But there's a certain level of Coachella where if you're an influencer, a brand can invite you out and they have their whole house. You can stay there, you get free snacks, you know what I mean? And one of those places was Starbucks. And certain creators, like I think this guy named Bran Flakes, got invited to the Starbucks tent.
The cereal?
No. His thing is a play on the cereal or something like that.
Yeah.
Let me pull up
the
video.
Cereal influencer?
No, he's not.
He reviews
different
cereals?
Influencer. He's not. The problem is that he has apparently been very critical of other influencers taking brand deals and things like that with causes that they essentially disagree with. And this is a very liberal person who has taken a deal with Starbucks. And if you haven't heard, Starbucks is doing like an anti-union thing. They're treating their workers horribly. There is some drama with Palestine and Israel, but that's a whole other podcast. But the question is, would you take that deal for something like Coachella if you didn't have to, or if you did have to? Like, what would you do? Derek.
I'm so tired. You know, like I'm just so tired. I don't care about Coachella. It doesn't seem like a good time. Maybe I am morphing I fully admit that I am morphing into an old man. You know, I get grumpier by the day. My bones squeak more by the day. A new gray hair pops up every day. So that's, that's my perspective right now, is like, I don't give two shits about Coachella like that. Um, whether a brand offers me something or not, I think it's always going to just boil down to, what is that brand, and how am I being an asshole? Am I being a hypocrite by taking that brand deal? Um, to some extent, though, I think it's important to acknowledge that every single brand deal, every single company is going to be controversial to some extent, right? These multi-billion-dollar companies are going to be controversial. It's just a matter of like, how obvious are they going to not? Are they going to be? How obvious of a controversy are they? Something like Starbucks, for example, right? It's very much front page news. But then you have other companies like, I don't know, Home Depot, that donates to MAGA politicians, and
What?
yeah. So, and obviously that's not going to make a big, sexy headline. So a lot of people don't realize that. But if you're like a home improvement DIY influencer who happens to lean progressive, right, you probably shouldn't take Home Depot brand deals. But also, if you're making a living doing this, that's kind of a conundrum, right? Especially when you consider, too, that a lot of these companies donate to whoever the administration is in power. Whoever they think is going to be like making decisions in the government, that's who they donate to. It just so happens right now that that it's Israel. I mean, the MAGA.
Let's take a look at this Brandflix guy and what he had to
was going
say.
to make it to Coachella this year. I had heard nothing from brands. And 2 weeks ago, I get an invite to go with Starbucks, like vanilla iced latte that I've been drinking since I was 14 years old. Starbucks. So here we are. Walk in and look at this. So beautiful. Everything is green, which I love because green is my favorite color. So this is our room. I'm freaking out. We have our own little PJs. These goodie bags. Look at these. They're towels that look like little Starbucks cups. Ring light in room. And this is our view. Like,
I don't know why I keep stopping, but that's what other influencers get for working with Starbucks. And I have to
Yeah.
say, I here's the thing. I think I agree with you, Derek, but also I think some people don't know their brand as well as I thought they did.
Yeah.
I think this is a pretty a layup thing not to do, you know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
to say no to, especially because
Mm-hmm.
this is the same creator who bragged about making 6 figures last year on TikTok,
Yeah.
but you know what I
After
mean?
a certain point, I think a lot of creators, it's not even knowing their brand. It's that they don't develop an off ramp to like have to keep taking these brand deals, right? Like, hey, what, you're gonna be a fucking 60-year-old, 50-year-old influencer doing brand deals? No, you should probably be doing something else at that point, right? Like, do your thing, hustle while you're young, be an influencer, take the deals, do whatever you got to do. I'm not saying I'm not gonna judge you for certain things, but
Would you
do
take the
the hustle.
Starbucks deal though? Would you?
To go to fucking Coachella, no, I wouldn't. No, and I hope that they got paid. Like, I'm sorry, a fucking trip to Coachella to go hang out in a villa or whatever with like little Starbucks branded merch that I'm going to throw in the garbage because I'm not gonna fucking use any of that ever again. That's not worth it. Pay me money, first of all. I don't
Okay,
know if he
hear
got
me
paid.
out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Brands, if you're listening, don't do this at Coachella. Do this at Comic-Con. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever movie it is, you know what I mean? Like whatever, like think about it. Think about it. Like what's a movie coming out? What's the DC uh
Supergirl.
little influencer tent, whatever, Supergirl tent?
Mm-hmm.
Do it at Comic-Con. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You can have a little space bar, get little space drinks with Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
You can have like some Krypton jammies, that kind of thing. Maybe a little crypto snack for your dog. If you're a dog influencer, bring that I'm just saying,
Mm-hmm.
we might be available.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of being available, have you heard about what's going on with a certain government person by the name of Kash Patel?
Never heard
Kash
of him.
Patel. I'm
You've
familiar
never
with.
heard of Steph? I swear to
I'm
God.
familiar with a. Hold on. Are you talking about Cash App?
No, Kash Patel, the
Cash
guy
App
who's
Patel.
currently running the FBI.
Oh wait, hold on. You don't know?
Wait,
His
what?
real name is Cash App.
No, it's not.
Oh,
it's
it
Kash
is.
Patel.
Yes, it is. No, his name is
Is this
Cash
a
App.
joke?
No,
No.
it's KASHYAP. Cash App.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
What?
Yes.
Where
look it
does
up.
the Patel come from?
I mean, that's his real
That's
last
his
name.
last name.
I'm just saying Cash is not his name. It's Cash App.
Wait. Really?
Yeah. Yeah. How? You haven't seen that video of that lady that's like, look, I don't know, maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but is this man's name Cash App?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the? Oh my God.
Yeah.
It is.
Cash App
What?
Patel.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think-
Oh.
I think- Look, however this government thing works out for him, he's got one hell of a brand deal lined up for him.
Oh my gosh.
That's for
That
sure.
and with probably a liquor company.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Steph coming in hot, but Steph is alluding to. Apparently, Kash Patel likes to blame it on the alcohol because he's drinking so much that it's interfering with his duties as FBI director. The Atlantic reported on Friday, April 10th, as FBI director Kash Patel was preparing to leave work for the weekend, he struggled to log on to an internal computer system. He quickly became convinced that he had been locked out, and he panicked, frantically calling aides and allies to announce that he had been fired from the White House. According to 9 people familiar with his outreach, 2 of these people described his behavior as a freak out. So, turned out Kash Patel was not fired. It was just a simple access problem. But people may or may not think that he's been drinking a little too much. How long do we have with Kash Patel? How much money do we want to put on it? I think he's out by the end of the year.
Listen, you could probably go to Kalshi or the Poly Markets or one of these betting apps, and that'll tell you the exact date that he'll get fired because, I mean, there seems to be some sort of insider within the government betting on making these bets on these apps, but that's a whole different topic. I'm hoping by the end of this week, if nothing else happens, right?
Oh my gosh, Okay. I'm so sorry, Derek. This is important influencer information because they reached out. Kalshi reached out to me. Yes, and and for like a fucking sponsorship or whatever.
Speaking of racism,
But what do you mean racism?
You don't know about this?
Oh, how the
You don't know about this?
turntables.
No, you don't know about this? All these betting
No.
apps, they target young black men.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, that's why all the marketing is like Drewski and Kevin Hart.
Yes.
Yeah.
The problem is, if you're an influencer listening to this right now, they are severely undercharging for content. They're asking me like $50 for a post. Bro, I'm not in the millions, but I'm gonna need more than $50. Come on,
That
bro.
doesn't even pay for gas. That doesn't even pay for a full tank of gas now.
Listen.
Like, bro, come on.
If you're a brand out there and you're trying to pay $50 a post, don't reach out to Justin. Don't reach out to Stefania. They have much larger followings than me. Reach out to me, okay? And I'll take $50.
So I'm sorry, Noah from the Kalshi team. We'd love to explore a partnership with you from Threads to create content around our markets. I don't believe in betting apps anymore. I don't even believe in betting apps in general, to be honest with you, because it's just too easy to erase your entire life overnight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, poker and gambling is always going to be around, but this is like, okay, all right. I don't
This is
need
next level,
bets
ruin your
on
life.
real life things. Not maybe like it's too much. It's way too much.
Yeah.
Especially when government officials are on Kalshi and are also betting on world events that they already know the answer to. It just feels a little bit unfair to me, to be honest with you.
Yep.
Don't use Kalshi. Really don't. If you're an influencer,
Don't use any of them.
by that.
Yeah.
Don't
really.
use any of them. Don't use any of them.
Back to the pod. Kash Patel and the government right now, I feel as though they know it's over. like the wheels have come off at this
Yeah.
point. You know what I mean? Like at this point, it feels as though they're just grabbing at like spots of power where they can. I don't know. Am I crazy in thinking about this? And it's getting more dangerous by like the second because they're like being desperate, and people like Kash Patel will only hasten that process. But that's just me. That's just me reading the tea leaves, and I'm not a government official, and I'm not a political commentator. But
Yeah.
that's the whole thing.
Yeah. You
I
know, we
think-
should do by the end of the year who's left in
Who's
the
left?
not who's left, but like who in the Trump administration is now gone. Who's how many original people in the Trump administration are left? Type thing. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy is it's almost, I admire the way that the second Trump administration fixed their loyalty problem, right? Because the first Trump administration, everybody was resigning, right? And I remember talking to like people that I know or just seeing the chatter online from the MAGA population, and they're like, yeah, they're resigning, and they got paid off. They're gonna do a book, and making all these excuses about why they're resigning. Because I'm sorry, any administration, left or right or center, whoever is in charge, if you have like, I think it was something like 50 people, 60 people that were resigning from high level positions in the first Trump administration, if you have that many people resigning, that's a problem, right?
I think the competent people that agree with them left, and they had to
Yes.
get incompetent people to find
And
to do what
exactly.
they can. And people
They
like Pam
fixed their-
Bondi and like all
Yeah.
those people are just like
Yeah.
they don't have the juice. They don't.
No,
They don't
at
really
all.
have the juice.
They fixed their loyalty problem, but now they have a competency problem. And now they have a bunch of people that are going to get fired. At least they're not resigning, like last time. Woof. But to the detriment of the country, they're getting fired because they're not good at their job. Or worse, they are like severely compromised. You know how crazy it is that the director, the head of the FBI, thought he was fired, right? Like, you were supposed to be the top investigator in the fucking country, and you thought you got fired because you couldn't access your computer?
But also,
Don't you think you would have known that you were getting fired before? Like, you think they would just lock you out like that?
Yeah, I think they would though. I think that's actually like, but the pettiness of the Trump administration knows no bounds.
Yeah.
Especially,
Sure.
you know
Good
what,
point.
Kash, you still haven't found Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? If you think you're all good and bad, find Nancy. You know what? That's what the real Americans want. We want you to find the talk show host's mother. We want the FBI on it as soon as possible. That's how you prove you're a real FBI director.
Shout out Nancy.
It's been so many days we haven't found that lady. Let her come home. Bring Nancy home. Still smoking 2026.
Man, that was highly insensitive to like that family. But hey,
It's not, isn't it? I want her to be home.
I mean, I guess. I guess.
Like,
It's more a critique on Kash Patel than anything.
Yes, I want to
Yeah.
like. It's weird that she hasn't been found yet. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
that's a
Or,
whole
like, no
other
development.
topic.
Yeah.
No development.
No development.
I'm not acting like these people are like super spies, but like nobody found her.
Yeah.
Either she's
yeah.
left this mortal coil, or something else is up. I don't even know what to do if I were the news show
Savannah.
anchor
Yeah.
host. Savannah. I wouldn't even know what to do at that point. But like, whew. Anyways, speaking of not knowing what to do at a point, unfortunately, our presentation for CinemaCon got denied. Better luck next year, guys. But
I thought we had a good lineup too.
yeah, we
did.
that one guy.
That one
Mhm.
guy. We
Oh,
had
definitely
Jonathan
we had that one
Majors.
No, what do you think this is? The Daily Wire?
Yeah. We had Jonathan Majors, Kevin Sorbo, John Boyd,
Hear me out. Hear
Tim
me out.
Allen.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh. Hear me out.
It was a good.
Our
we had a good
CinemaCon
lineup.
presentation is Jonathan Majors busting through a pane of glass to the stage. So like it's like, psh, I'm here. That's where I
I'm
fell
here.
off.
I'm trying to be like Martin Luther King and Coretta.
And I'm not canceled. Anyways, CinemaCon happened, and so many events and so many announcements happened. When you guys recorded Thursday, Disney had not given their presentation and all that good jazz, but apparently they set the roof ablaze on what they talked about. Mainly their Avengers Doomsday trailer presentation and a certain thing called Infinity Vision. If you are listening to this or watching this on YouTube, Infinity Vision is Disney's replacement for their IMAX screens, because Dune 3, at the time of this recording, has taken every single IMAX screen in America, and Disney needs some kind of other incentive for people to see Doomsday, I guess. But anyways, they announced Infinity Vision, which is just as good as IMAX according to them, and will add certain cool new scenes to previous movies that we haven't seen before. So, Steph, are we going to see Avengers Doomsday in Infinity Vision? Are you excited about it or not?
I don't even know like what that means. So
No one knows
the-
what it means. It gets
the-
the people going.
yeah.
Dun, dun.
Because we go
Dun-
to
oh,
IMAX.
we can't sing that song.
Wait, what do you mean?
You were doing
I was doing Step Brothers.
Fellas in Paris, right? uh, also, it's Blades of Glory, I think. No,
I thought it was Step Brothers.
it's one of those. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Stefania.
Little Pharaohs, it gets the people going. Anyways,
yeah. So
go ahead.
I have IMAX near me. It's like 5 to 10 minutes away. So, are they going to show Infinity Vision in IMAX theaters?
No.
So, like, are they going to have their own, like, is there going to be, like, a sign at a theater? It's going to be like, Infinity, are they going to install Infinity Vision at theaters?
Probably.
Okay,
Probably,
well,
I
if it's not the
think.
one near me, then I'm not going to go see it because I'm not going to drive, like, half hour away to go
So
see it.
here's the thing. Here's
Let
the
me
thing.
look it up so I don't tell a lie. Go ahead,
So you
Derek.
know how right now there's ScreenX, RPX, Dolby. There's a bunch of different like premium movie experiences with the screen quality, the projection quality, the audio quality, right?
Yeah.
Infinity Vision is basically not a new format like that. It's not a premium format. It's a certification of existing movie auditoriums if they meet the requirements to be Infinity Vision certified. So, for example, ScreenX, let's say it meets all the requirements, it'll say like this is an Infinity Vision certified auditorium or screening of the movie.
Yeah,
right?
basically what Derek has said, it's Infinity Vision sets a new benchmark for theatrical presentation, certifying auditoriums that meet rigorous technical standards, including a focus on the large screens for maximum scale, laser projection for superior brightness and clarity, and premium audio formats for fully immersive sound. Interesting. Okay, so the best theaters get the stamp of Infinity Vision.
Yeah.
I guess. I understand what they would make this move. I understand. But I mean, I don't know about your guys' movie theater going. Like, I guess how your theaters are in your neck of the woods.
We've got skin in the game. So we know when we're buying a premium ticket, you know?
Yeah. And the thing about IMAX is that there's very few actual like real IMAX like screens. To so much so like people will low-key lie about it where I'm at, you know what I mean? Because I'm in Ohio, right? We have like maybe 1 to 2 IMAX screens, one at the mall at Easton and one at like another one that used to be a AMC. And a lot of other theaters will have things like ultra screen or Screen X, you know what I mean? Which is a large screen, just not IMAX. It's still a large screen. It's just not legally in IMAX, right? And so I can understand why Disney was like, there's plenty of places where you can see a large screen format that's not IMAX. I still think this is like not a sign, but like, do we have
We don't
to
need
fight?
this.
Do we have to fight? Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
the thing, they think this is a Barbenheimer scenario, and it's really not, because at
Yeah.
least
No,
Barbie and
I think they don't
Oppenheimer, or like,
think
they
that.
don't.
I don't think they think that, because Barbenheimer, they leaned into it.
I would say
They were like,
Barbie leaned into it. Christopher Nolan could not be bothered.
Yeah.
I guess, true.
You know what I mean? But like, in that, you are getting two different, very distinct theatrical experience when you see one of the other movies. Like one boy movie, one girl movie, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
With Dune and Avengers Doomsday, there is a huge chance and a large chance that a lot of the audience is overlapping. The same person
Yep.
that would are excited for both films are only going to be able to see one that weekend, because it's going to be like the most busiest packed movie ever.
Yeah.
I think this passes the smell test or the mom test, because my mom would be fooled by this. I love you, Bob, but she'd be like, "It's Infinity Vision." All right, that's what the I in IMAX stands for, Infinity.
Oh,
this is
shit.
going to,
Yeah.
this is gonna fool 80% of the movie going public.
Yeah.
Steph,
Those
what do you
Facebook
think?
group pages are gonna go insane for sure.
Yeah, they're
I-
not gonna care.
Yeah. I mean, do I think the theater near me is gonna do it? Because it's an IMAX. It's not like true IMAX, but it's an IMAX. They do have an IMAX screen. I don't know, because the theater I go to it's a Cinemark, but it's still it's kind of still dated in the past a bit. Not really, but I don't see them adding Infinity Vision to their theater. I see the AMC that's maybe 15 minutes away from me doing it, because I've gone there, and that's pretty updated, and they have Dolby Vision, whatever, they have ScreenX, whatever, blah blah blah. They all have all this fancy stuff. I can see them doing it. So if I were to catch an Infinity Vision movie, Marvel movie, whatever, I'd probably go to the AMC.
Yeah. I think Cinemark's whole deal is that they're a little bit more affordable. So I think Cinemark is on board with Infinity Vision if it doesn't impact their ticket prices, right? Because I think Infinity Vision is going to turn into a marketing gimmick that increases movie ticket prices, even standard screenings, because these theaters have to invest in that equipment or whatever, and they're going to use it as an excuse to increase prices, kind of like how that's how capitalism works. Any excuse to increase prices, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
AMC, I think AMC probably already has a lot of that equipment, so it's kind of going to be hit or miss if they increase prices or not. But I think they'll do it. Regal, they're absolutely going to double ticket prices for Infinity Vision screenings, right? Regal charges you for a recliner. There's a recliner in this seating in this auditorium, so give me $5 more, right? My closest Regal, I think the best screen that they have that isn't a premium format screen, it's still $25, because it's the they call it VIP or whatever, and it's this is not worth paying the extra. So it will be interesting to see how each of the theater chains reacts to this, because I think that is what's ultimately going to make this a hit or a flop for Disney. Because what they're essentially trying to do is unify the movie-going experience across these theater chains. But we don't know if they're bought in or not, because they presented They presented it at CinemaCon, the convention for the theater chains, for the distributors. So we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen here. I'm just glad that I don't have to learn about this, because I already know about the premium formats or whatever. I think for me, the question to you guys is, we already talked about this actually. If you had to choose one to watch in IMAX, which one would it be?
In IMAX?
Oh, we did, yeah.
In IMAX?
It's easy for me. I mean, because I don't watch Dune, so I'd watch.
You don't watch
Endgame.
Dune?
Not Endgame.
What are you doing?
Doomsday.
Get out, both of you.
They are re-releasing Endgame in theaters for Infinity Vision.
I have thoughts about that, but whatever. Anyway, another thing that I want to talk about with CinemaCon, are you guys familiar about the debate that was going on online about journalists versus influencers?
Yeah, I saw that.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, long story short, a couple of during the CinemaCon presentations, they placed the influencers and journalists in the same section. And from what we're hearing, a lot of these popular influencers got really excited by the Marvel presentation and the DC presentation, and were quite rude during the other elements of people's presentations, to the degree like they were screaming, shouting, and like hooting and hollering during the DC and Marvel things. And some journalists would be like, why are we placed in the same place as influencers and things like that? I have a couple thoughts on this, but I think if I wanna be as nice as possible and as kind as possible to these people that I don't even know who every single person that went to CinemaCon, but I will say this. Act like you've been there before.
You're not on the
Well,
fucking internet.
Yeah.
we gotta
You're
be
in real life.
I think we can be professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we have to scream and shout
Yeah.
to be considered like seen and heard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's one of those where it's like journalists can be influencers, but not all influencers can be journalists.
Yep.
Ooh.
Bye.
You heard it here first, folks.
Boom.
And guys,
That's
I studied
beef.
communication in college, so I've taken like communication courses. I'm not saying I could
Shots
be a
fired.
journalist because I didn't study specifically journalists. I studied film specifically, but even I know how to behave during a presentation. And like, I will say influencers shouldn't be grouped with media, I guess, of the what are they called? I just forgot the word, the name for them. Journalists.
Journalists.
Wow. Yeah. Dory, hi. P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Oh god.
I don't think they should be sat together because, first of all, the way that each crowd works is very different. Journalists probably don't work the same as influencers do, and vice versa. So it's not surprising that they would clash like that, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
if there was like a media pit, then like I guess influencers would be more in the media pit than in the journalists news pit, right?
Well, the thing is,
Let's
I
open
feel
up
like...
this pit. Sorry.
I support you, Derek. I support you
Hell
in your
yeah.
journey.
Sorry.
Anyways,
My whiteness came out.
you're white.
I mean, technically, yes, I'm white. I'm Latino, but
when?
Latino is an ethnicity apparently, and then my race is still white though.
Wha-
Yeah.
Side note, someone thought I was Puerto
What?
Rican. I don't
can see
know
it.
how.
You know what?
but
Puerto
yeah.
Rican.
All right,
I'm
next
Puerto Rican.
episode, everyone take 23andMe. Ancestry DNA. We gotta stop
Yeah.
this.
Hell yeah.
I think that's all the time we have for today.
It's actually I'm the real Latina, and then Derek is actually like white. Imagine.
Oh my god.
That'd be a
23andMe.
bombshell. Hold on though. Whose family owned slaves? That's the real
me.
question.
Not me.
Not me.
Not
My
me.
parents are from Europe. They were poor as shit growing
you
up.
mean
my
the
ancestors.
originators of slavery?
Potato famine. Oh, look at me. Hey, I'm
So
Steph.
Technically,
Ooh,
it was
I'm
under like
Irish.
an Irish. I'm not Irish.
I don't know. I don't.
Technically, it was under
Listen.
like a monarchy. Yeah, no. If you go back to my family history, yeah, we were poor.
Interesting. Anyways, follow us on socials. TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube, and all the good jazz. We'll see you Thursday. Probably talk about Daredevil. We'll talk about Invincible. All that stuff. We'll see you Thursday. Oh, I will be here, but Steph and Derek will have it locked down. Bye.
Bye.